The Londoner by Charles Lamb. Mr. Reflector, I was born under the shadow of St. Dunstan's steeple, just where the conflux of the eastern and western inhabitants of this twofold city meet and jostle in friendly opposition at Temple Bar. The same day which gave me to the world saw London happy in the celebration of her great annual feast. This I cannot help looking upon as a lively omen of the future great good, which I was destined to bear toward the city, resembling in kind that solicitude which every chief magistrate is supposed to feel for whatever concerns her interests and well-being. Indeed, I consider myself in some sort a speculative Lord Mayor of London, for though circumstances unhappily preclude me from the hope of ever arriving at the dignity of a gold chain and spittle sermon, yet thus much will I say of myself in truth, that Whittington with his cat, just emblem of vigilance and a furred gown, never went beyond me in affection which I bear to the citizens. I was born, as you have heard, in a crowd. This has begot in me an entire affection for that way of life, amounting to an almost insurmountable aversion from solitude and rural scenes. This aversion was never interrupted or suspended, except for a few years in the younger part of my life, during a period in which I had set my affections upon a charming young woman. Every man, while the passion is upon him, is for a time at least addicted to groves and meadows and purling streams. During this short period of my existence, I contracted just familiarity enough with rural objects to understand tolerably well ever after the poets, when they declaim in such passionate terms in favour of a country life. For my own part, now the fit is past, I have no hesitation in declaring that a mob of happy faces crowding up at the pit door of Drury Lane Theatre, just at the hour of 6, gives me 10,000 sincerer pleasures than I could ever receive from all the flocks of silly sheep that ever whitened the plains of Arcadia or Epsom Downs. This passion for crowds is nowhere feasted so full as in London. The man must have a rare recipe for melancholy who can be dull in Fleet Street. I am naturally inclined to hypochondria, but in London it vanishes like all other ills. Often, when I have felt a weariness or distaste at home, have I rushed out into her crowded Strand, and fed my humour, till tears have wetted my cheek for unutterable sympathies with the multitudinous moving picture, which she never fails to present at all hours, like the scenes of a shifting pantomime. The very deformities of London, which give distaste to others, from habit do not displease me. The endless succession of shops where fancy miscalled folly is supplied with perpetual gauds and toys, excite in me no puritanical aversion. I gladly behold every appetite supplied with its proper food, the obliging customer and the obliged tradesman. Things which live by bowing, and things which exist but for homage, do not affect me with disgust. From habit I perceive nothing but urbanity, where other men more refined discover meanness. I love the very smoke of London, because it has been the medium most familiar to my vision. I see grand principles of honour at work in the dirty ring, which encompasses two combatants with fists, and principles of no less eternal justice in the detection of a pickpocket. The salutary astonishment with which an execution is surveyed convinces me more forcibly than 100 volumes of abstract polity that the universal instinct of man in all ages has leaned to order and good government. Thus an art of extracting morality from the commonest incidents of a town life is attained by the same well-natured alchemy with which the foresters of Arden, in a beautiful country, where has spleen her food but in London, humour, interest, curiosity, suck at her measureless breasts without a possibility of being satiated, nursed amid her noise, her crowds, her beloved smoke. What have I been doing all my life, if I have not lent out my heart with usury to such scenes? I am, sir, your faithful servant, a Londoner.